Hello students, in this video let us discuss regarding want of factor, that is indicated with which one I. So what is the need of want of factor? First let us see here. What is the need here? For example, if we want to calculate molecular mass of any solute, generally we choose colligative properties. We can determine molecular mass. But what is the problem here? For example, if our solute is undergoing any dissociation, then that obtained molecular mass is less than that of actual molar mass. And similarly, when the solute is undergoing association in any solvent, now that experimentally determined molecular mass is, now what happens here, more than, of course, double to that, almost double to that actual molar mass. Only for non-electrolytes we get exact molecular mass. So that is the problem in determination of molecular mass using any colligative property. So now, to account for this, want of factor is introduced to account the association or dissociation of which one any solute. So like that here we have to go for which one now, that want of factor I. So see here, what is the formula to calculate I value here? I equals to number of particles after dissociation or association divided by number of particles before dissociation or association. So this is the first formula to calculate which one I value. And another formula is also there. I equals to observed colligative property divided by calculated colligative property. Another formula also there. What is that? Calculated molecular weight divided by observed molecular weight. So these are the different formulas to calculate which one want of factor I. Okay, then now let us see colligative property, any colligative property equation with want of factor. So then how to use want of factor to calculate molecular mass of any solute. So see here, first one, RLVP equals to, we know that mole fraction of solute. So we have to use want of factor I value with multiplication, and elevation in boiling point Kb into small m. We know up to here only, but we have to use I value to account for the association or dissociation. Then depression in freezing point Kf into small m into I, and osmotic pressure equation pi V equals to NST, or you can use NRT also, NST into I. So like that, to account for the dissociation or association, this want of factor is introduced. Okay, then what are the I values for some strong electrolytes? Let us see here. So if you consider a non-electrolyte means it neither associate nor dissociate. Examples for non-electrolytes what? Glucose, fructose, sucrose, etc. Urea also. All these are called non-electrolytes. That means whether whether they are dissolved in state or in normal state, they can't associate or dissociate. So that means if urea dissolved in water, it does not undergo dissociation or association. So like that, there is no change in the number of particles before dissolution and after dissolution. So I value for any non-electrolyte is 1. That means for urea, glucose, like that. For any non-electrolyte, what is I value? 1. Okay, then now come to which one? Electrolytes. Let us see the electrolytes. NaCl. NaCl, when dissolved in any solvent, polar solvents like water, it splits into two ions, Na plus and Cl minus. So after dissociation, two particles. Before dissociation, one particle. So for NaCl, I value is 2. For CaCl2, I value 3 because it will produce 1 Ca plus 2 Cl minus, means total 3 ions. So 3 by, before dissolution, 1 particle. So 3 by 1 means 3. And here for AlCl3, I value 4, and for K4FeCN taken 6, I value is 5, because on dissolution this produces 4K plus ions, and this FeCN taken 6 minus 4, that is 1 ion. Total how many ions? 5 ions. So I value is 5 for K4FeCN taken 6. So now in this one common question is there. What is that? A general question. For which of the following want of factor I value is maximum? So they give options, any 4 of these options. That means glucose, NaCl, AlCl3, K4FeCN taken 6. If so, what is the answer? K4FeCN taken 6. So like that, for strong electrolytes like these CaCl to NaCl, we have to determine I value like this. Okay, then after that, for weak electrolytes, how to calculate I value? So for example, if you consider any weak electrolyte at normal concentrations, it may not undergo 100% ionization. Only it undergoes somewhat 60% or 80% ionization. That means what here? We may not get all the ions completely as expected. That means if Ha is a weak electrolyte, of course, if it is a strong electrolyte, we can expect that 2 ions we are going to get from one molecule of Ha whenever it is undergoes 100% ionization. But for suppose if it is undergoing 80% ionization only, means the number of ions produced may not be equal to 2. So how to calculate I value for weak electrolytes, that too which are undergoing dissociation? So let us see here one example. What is that here? For example, A2 is a weak electrolyte, or AN we can take it as. AN is a weak electrolyte. On dissociation it gives which one? Na. Now initial moles, how many we have taken? 1, this is 0. And after dissociation, for suppose if alpha moles is dissociated from this 1 mole, now what are the remaining moles of AN? 1 minus of alpha. And if alpha moles are dissociated, we get N alpha moles of A particles after dissociation. So number of particles after dissociation, so we have to add these two because these are remaining, these are newly formed. 1 minus alpha plus N alpha means what we can get here? 1 plus N minus 1 into alpha. So what are the alpha and N values here? Let us see. Alpha is degree of dissociation or percentage of dissociation. N is number of particles formed after dissociation. For example, if HA is given, it will give H plus and A minus. So N value is 2. If HA2 molecule is given, upon dissociation it gives 1 H plus 2 A minus. So N value will be 3. So like that we have to consider N value. And alpha means a degree of dissociation. And this is the equation for which one? What is this after which one? After dissociation. But here what is I value? I value means number of particles after dissociation, means 1 plus N minus 1 into alpha. Before dissociation 1. So that's why only I have taken this as which one? 1 plus N minus 1 into alpha. This is the I value calculation. This is the equation to calculate I value for the electrolytes which undergo dissociation, that to partial dissociation. So I equals to 1 plus N minus 1 into alpha. And from this expression, we have to calculate sometime degree of dissociation. That means alpha also. So what is the formula for alpha here? Alpha equals to I minus 1 by N minus 1. So to determine alpha, the formula is I minus 1 by N minus 1. So this is the equation for I and alpha for the electrolytes which undergo dissociation. But some components undergo association. At that time, what are the changes we have to make in this equation? So see here one simple change. I equals to 1 plus 1 by N minus 1 into alpha. So this is the equation used to determine I value for association. So instead of N, we have to consider 1 by N, a small change. Okay, now let us go for some examples related to which one here? Want of a factor and calculation of colligative properties using I value. Okay, now the first question is here. For example, if K4FeCN taken 6, degree of ionization is 50%. What is its I value? Degree of ionization is how much percent? 50%. So to calculate its I value formula, 1 plus alpha into n minus 1. So 1 plus alpha means 50% means degree of dissociation can be taken as 0.5. This is percentage of dissociation, and alpha degree of dissociation should be taken as which one? 0.5. And what is n value? If K4FeCN taken 6 has been dissociated, we get 4K plus ions, and this total complex form 1 ion. So 4K plus and this complex 1 ion. Total how many ions we get means 5. So 5 minus of 1. Therefore 1 plus 0.5 into 4, 1 plus 2 means what is that I value here means 3. So like that we have to calculate which one I value using degree of dissociation or percentage of dissociation. Okay, then I give another question here. What is that? For example, I value for PbNO3 taken twice is 2.74. I value for PbNO3 taken twice is 2.74. What is its degree of dissociation and also percentage of dissociation? So now by using this I value, we have to calculate alpha value. So for the solutes which or for the electrolytes which undergo dissociation, what is alpha formula here? Alpha equals to I minus 1 by n minus 1. So I value 2.74 minus 1 by, what is n value? If PbNO3 taken twice is dissociated, we might get 3 ions. 1 Pb plus 2, 2 NO3 minus. So total 3 ions. So now 3 minus of 1. Now here 1.74 by 2 means you can get 0.87. And what is the percentage of dissociation means 87% of dissociation. So like this we have to calculate which one here, percentage of, by using percentage of dissociation I value, by using I value percentage of dissociation. Okay, then another question I give here. What is that? Degree of dissociation of PbCl2. Okay, what is that? 80%. This percentage of dissociation is 80%. What is its I value? So we can calculate I value using which one? Percentage of dissociation. So now I equals to 1 plus alpha into n minus of 1. 1 plus 0.8 we have to consider alpha value. Now it will give 3 ions on dissociation. So 3 minus 1, 1 plus 0.8 into 2 means what we can get here? 2.6. So this is the I value for which one? That PbCl2. Okay. Like this we have to calculate I value using alpha, alpha value using I value. Okay, then another important problem regarding this want of factor. What is that? See here. First, I value for acetic acid. Okay, I will give concentration also 0.01 m acetic acid. I value for 0.01 m acetic acid is 1.04. What is its pH value? So here what the factors they have given in the problem? Concentration and I value, both the values are given. we need to determine pH. So first we have to create a route map to solve this answer. What is that? Here, first if you want to know the pH, that means it is depend on which one, H plus ion concentration. So to get the pH, first one has to determine H plus ion concentration. And here concentration is given. But of course this is not H plus concentration, not equal to H plus concentration, because it is a weak electrolyte now. For weak electrolytes, what is the relation between H plus concentration, protonic concentration, and that given acid concentration? What is that relation here? First we have to create that route map. What is that? H plus equals to C alpha. So to calculate pH, we should determine H plus. Now to determine H plus, we need another factor here, alpha. And to get alpha, what is the available factor here? I value. So by using I value, let us calculate alpha. By using C and alpha, we have to calculate H plus. By using H plus, we have to calculate pH. So this is the route map. Okay, now by using this I value, we need to determine which one here, alpha value. But one important point here, generally acetic acid undergoes dimerization in benzene. That means here a doubt whether we have to consider that equation to calculate I value, which is used for dissociation or which is useful for association. A small doubt is there. But here we have to use the equation which is useful for dissociation of acid. Sir, but this is actual undergoing association, now you may get the doubts. But here one thing, the question they have given, calculate the pH. Calculate the pH they are given means H plus ions are produced in the solution. Then tell me when H plus ions will produce? Whenever acetic acid associate or dissociates. When acetic acid dissociates, then only H plus ions will be produced. So that's why only here we have to consider acetic acid as it undergoing dissociation. So now if acetic acid undergoes dissociation, we get acetate ion and H plus ions. So what is N value means 2. So by using N value and I value, we have to determine the alpha value. So now here alpha equals to I minus 1 by N minus 1. What is I value here? 1.04 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. So what we can get? 0.04. This is the alpha value. After getting alpha, and we have to calculate H plus using the given concentration. Now H plus equals to, what is the given concentration here? 0.01. So that can be written as 10 power minus 2 into, what is the alpha value here? 0.04. Can be written as 4 into 10 power minus 2. Now this value is 4 into 10 power minus 4. So this is the H plus ion concentration. After getting H plus ion, how to solve the pH? Very simple. For this equation, for that means for this value, to get the that means which value? pH value. Easy formula is there. Here 4 is there now, so 4 minus, here also 4 log 4. 4 minus log 4 means 4 minus 0.6, we get 3.4. So that is the pH value. So we have to Observe this equation, which one? The relation between pH and H plus concentration. I explain, but once we have to revise this one. See here, in this problem they have given I value and also concentration. So first, by using I value, we have to calculate which one means alpha value. After that, by using that alpha value and which one given concentration, we have to determine H plus. After getting H plus, the pH formula we have to use to get which one pH value. So I will give the relation between H plus concentration and pH calculation. What is that relation? See here, a simple relation. If H plus concentration given x into 10 power minus y, so pH means, so don't worry regarding applying logarithm, minus log x plus, so like that, no need to go for that calculation. One easy method is there. So bring this y to front side, so y, but don't bring minus, just plus only have to write, and apply here minus log to x. So this is the formula to calculate pH using H plus concentration when that is present in this form. So this is the calculation of which one pH using that H plus. So these are regarding which one here, want of factor, etc. Okay, this is regarding want of factor. Okay, bye.